Okay. Is everything going live now? Are we going to get this again? For crying out loud. Okay. We're going to go ahead. We're going to redo that. Redo this. Crying out loud. Hey, Christine. Good to see you. New local Austin. Hey, Lady Metalhead. Hello, everyone coming back in. I'm not sure what happened. I pressed absolutely nothing. Other than a little switch. Dumb thing. Technology. It's only great when it works. Ay. All right. Well, thank you for everyone coming back in here. We'll make sure that everything is running just peachy keen here and real quick as we give everybody a brief moment to get back in here. And then I promise I'll show this thing for real without, covering the lens, because apparently we don't want to do that. New local Austin. Who cares? I love the suspense. Hey, there we go. That's the plan all along. We're just building suspense. It doesn't matter how you do it. It just works. Matt, I think we may have been hoodwinked. Very possible, Matt. Oh, I love it. Josh, it's funny you say, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure, Josh, what was it earlier? You saying if hell was the worst word you said? I can assure you I was saying worse words than hell while that happened. I can promise you that. Technical difficulties are masterfully crafted. That some things are better left to the imagination, aren't they, new local Austin? But yeah, Josh, there were definitely some more colorful words than HE double hockey stick. That's for sure. All right, here. We've given a little bit of time here. 22 people watching, 14 thumbs up. Thank you so much here. Secret location Zen. Did you smell the chloroform? Yes, it was all a conspiracy, man. Oh, I love it. All right, here. Well, now that you guys have all gone through our very dramatic little pause there, I think it's high time that we go ahead and show this off. So, yes, without further ado, guys, and I'm not going to mess with the daggone thing again, but you kind of saw it there on the side. So, all right, I'm going to pick up the lens while keeping it functional. And let's see this thing. I hope y'all are ready, because I can tell you now, this thing's huge. All right. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Yeah, that's right, guys. Those of you that guessed had the big tank vibes, you vibed correctly. We got a little bit of slack on this thing. So check this thing out, guys. There we go. You are in the tank. Yes, you are in the tank. So there we go, guys. Yes, it is absolutely huge, too. Little front view here. I know it is very, very dirty. I have not done any cleaning on it just yet. Might end up ditching all the pipes and such here. I do have a huge new canister filter on the way. But yes, guys, this is this would be a lot better if I turn that off. There we go. That's a lot better. Let's try this one more time. A lot less of a glare. You know, new local Austin, as hard as this tank was to get downstairs, I'm kind of surprised that all the people that carried this down the stairs just didn't stuff my body in it and bury me with the tank. Probably because it's so daggone heavy. I guess as far as a tank goes, it's not as bad as you may think. It's just really, really long. That's really, really awkward. Zen Ginger. Yeah, actually, the person that I bought this tank from said it is plexiglass, which I don't know. It feels like pretty generic glass to me. But yes. All right, let's reset this thing up. I'll definitely should give you guys some more looks at that here in a minute. Need my light back on so I don't look like a ghost. We'll get ourselves set back up here. Doo-doo-doo. All right. So after looking at that thing, you know what? Heck, let's turn this around here. Let's get this big beastie in the back shot here, huh? Let's get this in the shot. There we go. Now, you can also see the Exodon Tetras back there too, and they're zooming around in their 55. And then over there we got the Amazons. All right. So I know we got some questions. Or at least some comments for sure. Let me fix my camera here. I got that all sorts of out of whack. There we go. That looks better. All right. Let's go look at the comments. Captain Planet. When I first saw this tank on Facebook Marketplace, it's where I get a lot of mine, and including this one, that was my exact reaction too, Captain Planet. So the frame, I just lost a comment. Son of a gun. Zen. So the frame is plywood. It is 100% 3/4 inch plywood. It's a beastie. But this up front, glass panel. Fiberglass or when? Hey, says Stephen P. Aquatics. That's not a Maboo puffer. Nope, but this will be his tank. So I know some people here were asking, how big is this tank? This tank here is actually, I see someone in here. Zen Ginger, you're on top of it, actually. This here is actually, I see Peplin Creek Aquatics also said it. This is 550 gallons. Yes, this is 550 gallons, guys. So more than double of my 240 back there. So yeah, it's a monster. I mean, this thing is a freaking monster. It weighs like a monster too. Peplin, what did we win? And well, maybe I'll have to send y'all stickers. I gotta make some more stickers here though soon. Or maybe, so something else I'm also working on, since fall is right around the corner, I'm thinking of designing some sweatshirts and hoodies. Obviously, I have the t-shirts, and I do finally have a new supplier here. So we should be able to start making some more merch design here soon to anyone here that cares or wants to get into that. Yeah, we should have some stuff here soon. Stickers, more lanyards. I know some of y'all said towels before. And yeah, maybe even make some hoodies, sweatshirts. And I'm thinking maybe even some blankets, because in the winter, around a bonfire, or not the winter, jeepers, the fall or autumn, whatever you want to call it. Always love sometimes on a chillier night, having a blanket and have a little bonfire. Of course, keep the blanket a reasonable distance from the bonfire. New local Austin. I should put a shark in here. I mean, I once saw it. So here's the next thing. My wife also really, really likes stingrays. So I'm going to leave. If some of you guys got insight on this idea here, as I told you, this is going to be the forever home for our Maboo puffer. Because, well, I haven't even told you guys the dimensions of this tank yet. So this tank is 8 feet long. Actually, a little bit even more of that. It's like 8 foot, 1.5 inches long. I know. Ooh, another 1.5 inches. Ooh. But it is 30 inches tall, a little bit over. And then it is 3 foot, 3 inches wide. So, Yes, it is a very, very large tank. Ontario, 1,000 P puffers. That's great. Or 1 million CPDs. Oh, man. Matt. Look at the size of that. It looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. That inch and a half can make all the difference if you don't want to send it my way. Well, hey, for that Maboo puffer, I'll take every last bit. Whew. Today's drink, everybody. The doctor is in. Whew. All right. Metalheads, that's almost the same measurement as my pool tank. I mean, I could literally lay down in that thing, but one, because of how dirty it is. Two, because I'm not fully sure what it is yet. Need to figure it out like that. Captain Planet. Okay, YouTube. Okay. That one I get, but I'm still sending it through. Oh, I love it. Some of these comments and reactions are golden. I love this. I love this. Yes, Teplin and Zen. Oh, we're awesome. Teplin and Zen. I might have to send you guys actually something for get that guess correct here at some point. I probably should even get some more contact info with Zen at some point now that got Zen as a moderator. So definitely going to have to maybe another reason there. Got to get Zen hooked up with the Fantastic Freak stuff now that running some things around here. Making sure I don't forget anything. Select Pet way back saying, I'm willing to guess it's over 50 gallons. You are correct. You were not wrong. All right, going through the chat, making sure I didn't forget anything. Oh, some of these comments, I love it. I love it. According to my guy, Google, 510 gallons. Sounds about right. Say, he went ahead and called it 550, so I called it that, but I guess I myself haven't measured it. I've just been off the dimensions of what he said, but either way, this is huge, guys. And a lot of work's going to go into this thing here yet, so go ahead and I'll grab the camera here one more time, and we'll take another look through here. Get myself set up so I can actually show you things properly. So you'll notice, obviously, there are some, if I actually get it in there, there is some piping in here. I might go ahead and take some of the piping out of here because as you can clearly tell by the walls and such, this was a saltwater tank prior to this, hence why I have a load of cleaning to do. But I think part of that, I'm thinking probably going to ditch the sump pipes and such, and we'll just go ahead and cap the sides here. It did come with a 125-gallon sump tank for this, but there is, unfortunately, a lot of there's a lot of salt buildup and deposits on the bottom there to where it's almost a couple inches thick. And while I could clean it off there, I'm just also like, man, I feel like it'd just be a quicker process and maybe even just as effective if I just go and get like a huge like pond canister filter. Like the filter I got coming in can do ponds up to over 2,500, almost to 3,000 gallons. And it even said in the description, can also do aquariums from 1,000 to 1,300 gallons, which of course, this thing, I mean, being, well, we'll just say a little over 500 gallons. That size of a canister will serve us plenty fine. So we'll go ahead and do that. See, will a light serve us a little bit better here? Or there we go. A light does a little bit better justice as long as I'm not on the glass. But yes, plenty of cleaning here yet to do. there's the so let's go back here a little bit actually. See how far I can go back with this thing. Actually, I can't go all that far back, but there it is, guys. All the way from the end of the 38 there to, yeah, all the way back there from my 50. So that tank right there is a 50-gallon corner. And that right there, I mean, guys, this tank right in the middle, that's a 55-gallon tank. And look at this tank in comparison to that 55-gallon tank. Like, one of these holes is, like, bigger than this thing. It, like, just to grasp the size of this thing. I feel like I'm bragging here, too, so I apologize if I'm a little overly boastful. But very, very excited about this thing here, guys. And then, yeah, there's the 38 over there. I mean, this is almost taking up the span of 3 whole tanks. So this is this is huge. And in order to house a Maboo puffer long term, it's got to be huge. So there we go. See if I can set my camera back up correctly a second time here. Can we go 2 for 3? There we go. Whips World says, brag away. That thing's awesome. Thank you very much. I really like it too. I'm very excited for this thing. I think we're going to do a lot of, I think this tank is going to be really, really cool when we get it set up. The only dilemma, while the tank fit through our door and down here to the basement, the metal stand did not. So I might have to make a new stand just to put it on there. Because obviously I'm not going to just leave it here on the floor, of course, because that'd be silly. But yes, at some point we're going to go ahead. Either I'll build a stand or I might even get just because of how big this thing is. I've built obviously a stand for my 185, the 240, and I'm also working on one now for the 90 bow. Look out for a video on that here either late this week or sometime early mid next week for that one. And yeah, I'll have a little a project video on that because I know you guys have been asking for one of those in a while here. So I'll show you how I build a bow front aquarium stand here in the near future. But crazy aquarium guy, Zach, good to see you, man. And I did see you earlier there while I was hyping up the tank and all that. Let me go up so I can make sure I get your exact level correct. Zach, welcome to the P Puffer tier. Thank you very much for that, Zach. Great to see you here. And on this stream here this Monday, great to see you, man. Another awesome puffer lover and another awesome channel with some great content. Those of you, I know some of y'all watch me mostly because of the puffer stuff. If you like puffers, make sure you go check out that guy right there. Zach, crazy aquarium guy. Great channel there, guys. I need to turn my light back on. Actually, you know what? Up against the glass here. Oh, look at that right there. We got a reflection right there. Does that count as a dual monitor? There we go. We'll go over here a little bit more. Try to cover that up. Select Pet. So actually, funny enough, Select Pet, my brother-in-law is a welder. We have talked about him maybe just cutting the stand a little bit down the size to where we can get it in here. The thing's a little over 3 feet tall. I'd probably have him go ahead and cut it down around the 30-inch mark just because of how tall this is. I mean, a tank standing a little over 5 feet tall, that's about where most of mine are down here. Well, I shouldn't say that. There are a good number of them that are above that too. But yeah, I have thought about maybe just having them go ahead and just saw off part of it and then just re-weld it and such. But I know nothing about welding, so yeah, that would have to be somebody else. I can do woodworking, but welding is not in my area of talent. We're a little lopsided here. See if I can fix that. There we go. Perhaps a little bit better there. Not much, but a little. Oh, check out my community page if you want to know why I cannot go over first tier now. Hey, you know what? Honestly, whatever tier you do, Zach, it's it's greatly appreciated. As I always tell people, whether if you do the P puffer tier, or even if you go all the way up to the figure 8 puffer tier, or later on, I'm sure as the channel grows, I'll probably go ahead and make some more channel levels. Like once I actually have multiple merchandise out, like the sweaters and all that I mentioned, or actually can make an online store for this, I might go ahead and make another level to where you guys get that if you go on this level, you get discounts and such. That's another future perk that I've had in mind if I get that set up. Just one of a couple, but point being, it doesn't really matter what level you're at. You are still greatly appreciated because, again, it's something that helps me continue what I do, and it's not even just helping me continue what I do. It supports me and my wife and all we do. So regardless of what you can give, we both greatly appreciate it, and it means truly, honestly, a lot. It's crazy that we get that. I get paid just to have a YouTube channel about fish and aquariums. So yeah, every single dollar, whether if it's $2 or even later on down where if I even get a $50 tier, I don't care. Whatever is given is just as equally appreciated. Metalheads, if I was close, I'd help you come weld up a stand, but there is a bit of a distance between us. I know you've told me before, Josh, but aren't you over by, is it the West Coast? I'm going to feel stupid if I'm wrong here because I know you've told me, and we've live streamed together, and I'm pretty sure you told me there too. But alas, my memory is not great. Going through Metalheads. Oh, Indiana. Oh, wow. I was way off. For some reason, I thought you were West Coast or something. I was way off. Indiana. Yeah, that is a decent distance yet. Well, hey, both of our states start with I, so that's somewhat close, right? Let's see. Indiana, I think that's just Illinois in between. I say just, but Illinois is still decent size. But yeah, that is a little bit of a distance from a person that's been to Indianapolis before. That is a considerable distance. The northeastern sector of the flat established state on the planet. In terms of soda, guys, my favorite, definitely got to be Dr. Pepper. I wish there was a Whataburger closer, because then I wouldn't be just drinking Dr. Pepper, or probably wouldn't be drinking Dr. Pepper, period. If there was a Whataburger around, but alas, the nearest Whataburger for me here in Council Bluffs is probably down in Kansas City, about a little over 2.5 hours away. If I was a little closer, I'd probably have a Dr. Pepper shake. I know I've talked about those before. I love those things. Yes, Whip. Illinois is long but thin. Kind of like me. Nah. George RB3 saying hello, everyone. How goes it from the Pacific Northwest? Welcome, George. Hello from Iowa. George saying hello from Oregon. Good to see you here, George RB3. Going through Captain Planet. What a burger. They're good. I love them. After living in Texas for about 4 or 5 years, that is one of the main things I will say from Texas I greatly miss. I really, really miss Whataburger. I mean, I'm all for, I know here in the Midwest or in my area, we have a thing also called Runza. But I don't know. Runza, it's okay. I don't dislike it by any terms, but definitely don't love it by any means. If I'm going to go to an out of the ordinary, like if I'm going to stay away from the international chains and such, Five Guys is really, really good. I like them. I like Red Robin. And I need to hear that somewhere in the chat. Red Robin. Someone in the chat, follow that up, please. But at some point, yeah, that's my favorite burger places. Captain Planet used to live in Houston. So, yeah, I never made it down to Houston. I lived in Canyon, Texas, to be precise. It was about 12 miles south of Amarillo. So I was very much in the panhandle. Garcia Aquatics, thank you. Garcia Aquatics following it up with the yum. And the Captain Planet getting the yum. Yum in all caps there too. Excellent, excellent. Red Robin, I will say, I went there for the first time. I think it's been only about 6 months ago. I tried it for the first time because I heard about it. And people kept saying, yeah, it's good. You should try it. So I should have to, I don't know. There was this like Gouda burger or something with like a cheese sauce and such. And you dipped it in like this fondue cheese, this burger for that matter. And whoo, fondue cheese with bacon bits in it. Oh, man. I loved it. Why do we... Every week, guys, we always talk about food at one point or another. It's not a Monday musing stream unless we talk about food. We have a Runza. It's called McDonald's. I need a step stool to get into my 360. Well, fortunately, I'm 6'4", so in my 240, I can barely get down to the substrate close enough to where I can hand feed my black ghost knife in there. But I can't get all the way to the bottom of the tank there. I would need a step stool in order to do that. Garcia Aquatic, do you think, guys, I should get a 280-gallon tank? Hey, Garcia, if you got the space for it, by all means, do it. Here's a little myth about aquariums. A lot of people think that these big, huge aquariums are hard to take care of. They think that these are so hard to clean. And I mean, don't get me wrong. There are definitely some challenges that go into exactly that. But in terms of like keeping the water parameters and such, as long as you don't take shortcuts on your filtration and such, bigger tanks can actually be easier to maintain because it's more water versus like a 10-gallon. So like, let's just say like, for example, you have a 10-gallon tank and say about 5 gallons of water or so is, ruined or bad. Like it's bringing down the tank here. And then you change that 5 gallons out. I mean, that's half the tank there, of course. But, I mean, think about it. But if you go like a 75 or something, 5 gallons, that's nothing. I mean, a 75-gallon tank, I mean, as long as you do the filtration correctly and, don't way overstock the tank, then, honestly, the bigger the tank, the easier it can be to maintain, honestly. Again, I mean, there are multiple variables that go into that, though, of course. But yes, I mean, like with my 240, I only have to change the water in about once every month at earliest because, I mean, I have over 350 gallons worth of sponge filtration and I have an FX6 canister filter running on that. So, I mean, I got the capacity that's basically filtering that tank 3 times over. But that's what I would say. I mean, if you're getting a bigger tank, just don't take the shortcuts on the filtration. And yeah, they can be easier to maintain than a little tank, in my opinion. But that's me. Again, there's a lot of variables where stocking or even the type of fish that you get or freshwater, saltwater. There's a lot of variables. But if you're like me and just do freshwater and such, then more times or more cases than not, it's usually a lot easier to maintain bigger tanks. Like, honestly, if the canister filter we have on this thing, I mean, it's still a Maboo puffer, so I'm still going to have to do keep an eye on the water parameters probably just as much as some of my other tanks here. But yeah, I can tell you now, there's going to be no shortcuts on filtration of this thing because I just want to sit back as much as possible and just enjoy this thing. That's what the hobby to me is about. I would rather spend a little more money on my tanks when I'm setting them up just so they can run easier and such. So I can just sit back and watch the fish swim around, do their thing. That's me. But all right, Garcia. I was thinking about putting 4 FX6 canisters and 1 FX4. Yeah, I would say FX6s, should be plenty fine. See me, here's my thing. I like FX4s. They're good. But let's see. But I would also say that I'm trying to think of exactly how to word this, but I don't want to say that FX4s are a waste of money, but in my opinion, or at least where I'm at, I can get an FX4 for a little under $300 without any sales or anything. But honestly, if I just go pay $60 more or something, I can just go get the FX6, which, I mean, does almost 100 gallons more worth of filtration. So, I mean, I'm not saying the FX4 is a bad filter. No, long way from it. It's a great filter. But I almost feel like, well, by the time you go and buy an FX4, you just as well spend that extra $50, $60, in my opinion, and just go get the FX6. But I don't know. I just think that if you're doing that and if you're already spending buco bucks, I just go ahead and get the FX6 myself. Just because it does a little more filtration. And yeah, it costs an extra $50, $60. And $50, $60 is $50, $60. There's no way around that. But in my opinion, it's just, I'd just go up to the big boy right away. It's just little price differential, but a big difference if you go the one step up. I'm Team Sun for sure. Zach with Crazy Aquarium Guy saying it's not you. A big tank is always more stable, even with just an air stone. Again, I concur. Jeepers. YouTube today has really been blocking a lot of comments, and I'm not sure why. 2 FX6 and watch my video on how you get 6 out of those. But the metalheads are rolling out here. Zen, I'm not sure. Are the metalheads streaming here today? I was trying to find their link earlier because I always like to drop a like before I head over there. But if the metalheads are going live, I'm not sure if Josh and Jessica there are because I never saw a link stream link there. But if so, let's go ahead. If you can, Zen, go ahead and throw that in the chat. Yes, they are on in about 10 minutes. All right. Well, then for the final... Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's 3 after. So, all right. For the final 10 minutes, I'll open it up to you guys. So here's another thing I'm thinking. If you've stuck around this long, I'll tell you all what else maybe not what I'm thinking, but something my wife has brought up.